So, good afternoon. Welcome back to Croydon College. We're back with you again for our last session of today, where we're going to be telling you a bit of an overview about apprenticeships and how to become an apprentice at Croydon College. We've been with you all day today as part of the National Apprenticeship Fair, which has been taking place virtually. And throughout the day, every hour, we've been giving you a little bit of an overview of a different course subject to help you to decide what might be the right route for you to take. Here at Croydon College, we really want to help as many people as possible, no matter what your qualifications, what your experience and what your age is, to look at apprenticeships as a route to get to either upskill or to start a new career. And with me today, I've got John McLean, who is Head of Apprenticeships here at the college, and also Lashanda, who is an admissions officer. And these are the people who can give you a real insight into the role of being an apprentice. And in this current climate that we're in, that's never more important, because we know that there are many people looking for new work and many companies having to rethink the type of businesses that they are and the type of employees that they need. So apprenticeships are a really good way of learning a new skill, or indeed upskilling in a particular business or area of business that you might already be in. Now, today we'd like to hear from as many of you as possible. If you're talking to us or watching us live right now, you can put some questions into the Q&A, or you can chat to us via the chat function. But to start us off, I'm going to introduce you to John. Hi, John. And you're going to share with us a little bit of information about Croydon College and how to become an apprentice. So we'll share the slides. Thanks, John.
Thank you. As Catherine said, my name's John McLean and I'm Head of Apprenticeships at Croydon College, and I'm just going to give you a brief overview of really what an apprenticeship is, and then Lashanda will take you through really how to apply and what we've got available just now. Okay, so quite simply, an apprenticeship is a program, an educational program that's really tied to a job role. You'll actually be working with an employer for a year to 2 years or whatever the program is. And you will be paid like an employee whilst you're there, and you'll be given time to come into college, roughly about 20% of your time, which is really one day a week. You'll come into the classroom, and you'll also study and be mentored at your employer. And all the apprenticeships that we offer have a nationally recognised qualification. Okay, and as it says, when you're there with it, you'll be with your employer. You'll have an assigned mentor as well as an assessor here at the college who will guide you through that program. Okay. Who can become an apprentice? Anyone, really. I could become an apprentice. Lashanda's been an apprentice, my colleague there, and it's really open to anybody. I know it says 16 to 60 there, and an employer can offer two different types of person an apprenticeship. It could be someone who they're taking in completely new. They want someone to come in and learn new skills within their organisation, or it might be an employee. That employee could have been there with them for 20 years or whatever, and they want to maybe upskill their employees. Okay. And why become an apprentice? No fees. Quite simply, you'll be earning a salary working for your employer. And you can actually start an apprenticeship, apart from a couple maybe in engineering. You can start them anytime throughout the year. As we said, that there's no real age limit, just a minimum age limit. I believe you have to be 16 before August of that year before you start. And you'll gain valuable on-the-job experience towards your qualification and the opportunity, obviously, to progress into full-time employment. Or actually, if you do an entry-level apprenticeship, you can go on to do a higher-level apprenticeship as well within the same company, or use your skills to find yourself a more assigned job. Okay, so the entry levels apprenticeships are called level 2, and again they just translate to a GCSE. So it's GCSE equivalent is level 2. Some of the more popular ones at level 2 were very well known in this area, especially in carpentry, joinery, all building services as well, and property maintenance. But we also like to introduce some hospitality and catering and recruitment and business admin and things like that as well. So if you can go into a level 3, that's an A-level equivalent. And some of the more popular ones in there that we're trying to promote, as well as all the regular ones we do in construction and building, is more digital. We have digital marketing, we have IT infrastructure, we have junior content advisors as well, all related to social media, and very popular just now. We really want to expand them as well. Now, degree level apprenticeships really start with a foundation level 4 right the way up to actual degree level 6 and 7. No. And we really, they tend to be more people who might have been in a job or progression through. Maybe you've done a level 3, you might want to go into a foundation, a level 4 or a level 5. We actually put some of the level 5 apprentices in learning and skills teacher through our actual own college here as well. So our tutors, some of them actually become apprentices within the college to gain a level 5, a degree in learning and skills teacher.
Thanks for that, John. That's really helpful. I think the message here is that it doesn't really matter what your level of ability is. There is a course for you. And just so that we're clear, if you join at level 2, you have to have a minimum number of GCSEs, I imagine, before you can actually start, and that would be your entry level.
You can actually come to us without having actual GCSE equivalents in English and maths. That's all. We can actually put you through a little assessment, and we can figure out where you are, and we can help you attain these level 2s in English and maths.
So this is quite a big subject, and it's quite likely that the people watching won't actually know what they maybe want to do, and there's that huge long list, and secondly, they may not know what would be applicable to them for their level of experience or expertise, because it isn't necessarily about age, it's not necessarily about qualifications. So the message, I guess, is really to apply or to make contact, because your team can actually help and guide people through.
Absolutely.
And as you mentioned, people can move on up within the ranks, if you like, can't they? They can start at one level and progress.
Absolutely. Yes. So we can actually give you advice. You might not know the difference between, say, digital marketing and junior content editor or whatever, and it depends what the employer really wants. So some of our guys sit down with the employer and actually work out what one fits perfectly the job description of the person they're looking for. So we can give you quite precise advice on that job.
And the thing about apprentices is they don't start at any particular time of the year, do they? They start when there is a vacancy that an employer
Absolutely.
offers.
All year round. And there are a couple of exceptions, but it's just because the type of industry it is. It might be HVAC, which is heating, ventilation and air conditioning. That's very precise, and we have to hit set points throughout the year and things like that. Obviously, you don't want air conditioning in the winter. So we tend to start September and January on these, and there are just one or two more. But I'd say 95% you can start any point during the year.
And at any age, and I know that you've got people at Croydon that are, studying apprenticeships at, much later time of life for all sorts of reasons.
Yeah, believe it or not, I've actually got one who's nearly the same age as me, so gosh.
That's old, gosh.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks very much for that, John. I'm going to invite Nashanda into the conversation. Hi. Nashanda, you were an apprentice yourself. You started life as an apprentice, and now look at you. You're heading up the applications team here at the college, which is fantastic. So you know firsthand what it's like to be an apprentice. Obviously, it was the right route for you. Talk us through how someone might join Croydon College as an apprentice now.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk through the application process for our apprenticeship job vacancies. So first you need to look for the apprenticeship job vacancies either through the Croydon College website or through the National Apprenticeship website. Every Monday, we do update these websites to ensure that we have the most updated apprenticeship job vacancies available that are actively recruiting. Please ensure that when you do apply that you send an updated version of your CV detailing all of the work experience that you have and any qualifications and transferable skills that you have, and ensure that you respond to every question in as much detail as possible. If you're a person who may not have a lot of work experience in that particular field, it will be also a really good idea to attach an updated version of a cover letter, just explaining why you're interested in that apprenticeship apprenticeship and what would make you the ideal candidate for that specific apprenticeship role. So first part of the application process is for you to make an application and answer all of the questions. Once your application has been sent through and reviewed, you'll be contacted for a brief phone interview just to ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria for the apprenticeship job and for the apprenticeship course. After the phone interview, you'll be invited to Croydon College for an initial assessment. We could also conduct online initial assessments in some cases. Applicants who may not have math and English GCSEs out of 4 and above, they do have the opportunity to do a math and English assessment with us. And you could do math and English functional skills alongside the apprenticeship course. After the initial assessment, we'll send your CV and cover letter over to the employer, and the employer would have to come back to us and let us know whether or not you've been selected for an interview. Once they've confirmed that, we would arrange that interview, you attend that interview, and it'll be the employer's final decision of whether or not they'd like to hire you as an apprentice. If for any reason you were not successful in getting that interview, we'll try to get as much feedback as possible. If you are selected for an interview, we do offer mock interviews as support with interview preparations. And if you do have any other questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. But if you are unsuccessful for any of the apprenticeship jobs that we have available, we'll try to support you in finding another apprenticeship if we can. So here are some useful tips when applying for an apprenticeship. Just ensure to send an updated version of your CV when applying. If you don't really have much experience in that field, write a cover letter to support your application. And if selected for an interview, please know that we are here to support you in the interview preparation process. So we do have quite a few apprenticeship live vacancies that are actively recruiting right now. That's on the website, including a business administration / recruitment resourcer apprenticeship. We have a property maintenance operative apprenticeship at level 2. We even do have a junior content producing apprenticeship and even a degree level apprenticeship like site engineering. And they're all advertised on the Croydon College website right now.
Great, thanks, Lashonda. I think the thing to stress here is that not everybody will know maybe how to write a good CV or how to write a good cover letter. So I guess it's worth emphasising that although obviously any employer would want that type of information, the college is very much acting as the go-between, isn't it? So, you know, the college will support somebody in their application. So if they don't have that readily available and they don't know what to put on a CV, then John, am I right in saying your team, Lashanda and co, will support that individual through that process?
Every day we have candidates and we continue to support them. So if they're chosen for an interview and they find themselves unsuccessful, we keep going and we look for similar. And it's not unusual. Just like today, we sent I think 2 candidates for interviews for one apprenticeship. The accountancy company was so impressed they took both. So it's not unusual. Yes.
Yeah, great.
So it's really how you present yourself and we help you in preparation for that as well.
And right at this moment in time, we know that the government are obviously, doing an awful lot to encourage businesses to take on apprentices as a way of helping with this current problem that we have with the pandemic and the large rising unemployment rates. And so there's big incentives, aren't there, for businesses to take employees, apprentices on. Yeah. So not only is it great for the individual, because as we say, you can earn while you learn, there are no costs involved. And if you are at an HE level, so i.e. thinking of doing a university level degree, whereas you would have to pay high fees to go to university, you actually get paid to do the degree by doing it with an employer. So lots and lots of benefits why it should be good. And I think I'm right in saying that Croydon is one of the largest apprenticeship suppliers in the South East.
Yes, in the South East, yes, certainly, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the message today is do contact John, Nishandra and the team here at Croydon College. There's a whole wealth of knowledge and support available. You don't have to know what you want to do. You don't have to particularly understand the different levels. All you need to do is reach out and say, I'd like to consider to become an apprentice, and make that first point of contact, either by emailing the team here, or indeed by just going on the website, filling in a simple application form, or just chatting to us on the live chat box that there is on the website. Just reach out to the team here at the college, and we can point you in the right direction. So we hope that this has been helpful, and we hope very much to see you at Croydon College doing an apprentice with us here at some point in the near future. But for now, thanks very much. See you soon. Bye-bye.